If everything you do flows from your heart, then whatever you store inside it will eventually shape your words, your actions, and even your future. That's why Proverbs 4:23 tells us to guard our hearts above all else. But what does that really mean? Now, pay attention. The Hebrew word for heart here is leb, which in biblical terms doesn't just mean emotions. It refers to your inner being, your thoughts, your will, and your desires. It's the control center of your life. And the word for guard is natzar, which means to watch over, protect, or keep something safe from danger. So when Solomon says to guard your heart, he's telling you to intentionally protect what shapes your thoughts, desires, and decisions. Because whatever fills your heart will eventually direct your life. So, what do? You filter what you watch, what you listen to, and what you engage in. You set boundaries in relationships. You protect your mind from lies and stay rooted in God's truth. The challenge for our generation is that we often think we can consume anything and remain unaffected. But Jesus made it clear, whatever you store in your heart will eventually come out. If you fill it with garbage, that's what will overflow. If you fill it with truth, wisdom, and righteousness, that's what will come out. Now let's be real. It's easy to think, oh, it's just a song, or it's just a show. But nothing is just anything. Everything is planting a seed. And over time, those seeds grow into mindsets, habits, and desires that either bring you closer to God or pull you further away. No one wakes up one day and suddenly finds themselves distant from God. It happens little by little when they stop guarding their heart. Think of your heart like a house. If you leave the doors unlocked and wide open, anything can come in. Thieves, stray animals, strangers who don't belong. And if you let them stay long enough, they'll start making themselves at home, rearranging the furniture, maybe even stealing from you. That's exactly what happens when you don't guard your heart. You let in thoughts, habits, and influences that don't belong. And before you know it, they've taken over. Suddenly, you're struggling with thoughts you never used to have, temptations that feel impossible to resist, and a sense of distance from God that you can't quite explain. Here's the thing. What you allow into your heart isn't always obvious. It's not always some big, glaring evil that you can immediately recognize. Sometimes it's subtle. It's a little compromise here, a little desensitization there. The more you let it slide, the weaker your spiritual defenses become. Before you know it, your convictions start to fade, and things that once made you uncomfortable suddenly feel normal. That's why guarding your heart isn't just about avoiding the big stuff. It's about being aware of the small things that slowly chip away at your faith. Now, some people hear this and think, oh, so I'm just supposed to live in a bubble and avoid the real world. No, this isn't about hiding from life. It's about being wise. You don't see a soldier walking onto a battlefield without armor, do you? No, he prepares. He protects himself because he knows there's an enemy out there, and he's not about to walk straight into danger unarmed. In the same way, you don't just wander through life consuming anything and everything, thinking it won't affect you. You arm yourself. You stay alert. You guard what matters. So, how do you do that? First, you need to know what's worth protecting. Your peace, guard it. Your purity, guard it. Your faith, guard it. If something threatens those things, it doesn't belong. Start by being brutally honest about what you're feeding your heart. The movies, the music, the conversations, the social media accounts you follow. Are they building you up or tearing you down? Are they strengthening your faith or filling you with doubt and negativity. You don't have to be paranoid, but you do have to be aware. Second, set boundaries. Yeah, I know, boundaries don't sound exciting. They sound restrictive, but think of them like guardrails on a mountain road. Are they there to ruin your drive? No, they're there to keep you from going off the edge. Boundaries aren't about killing your fun. They're about protecting your future. If you know certain environments pull you into temptation, stop going there. If certain friendships constantly lead you away from God, it might be time to reevaluate them. It's not about being judgmental. It's about being wise with the life God gave you. Third, fill your heart with the right things. It's not enough to just avoid the bad stuff. You have to replace it with the good. If you stop eating junk food, but don't replace it with actual nutrition, you'll still be unhealthy. The same goes for your spiritual life. Fill your heart with God's Word. Surround yourself with people who encourage you in your faith. Listen to things that build you up instead of tearing you down. Strengthen your spirit so that when temptation comes knocking, you're not easily swayed. Let's get real. This isn't always easy. Sometimes guarding your heart means walking away from things you really enjoy. It means saying no when everyone else is saying yes. It means choosing discipline over momentary pleasure. And yeah, people might not understand. They might call you too serious, too strict, too intense. But at the end of the day, it's your heart. It's your life. They're not the ones who will deal with the consequences. You are. So don't let anyone pressure you into compromising what you know is right. And here's the truth. When you guard your heart, you're not just protecting yourself from harm. You're setting yourself up for something greater. A clear mind, a strong spirit, a deeper relationship with God. When you stop letting distractions and negativity take root in your heart, you'll start to see God's direction more clearly. You'll experience peace that isn't easily shaken. You'll walk with confidence, knowing that your life isn't being dictated by whatever the world throws at you, but by the truth that never changes. So ask yourself, what's shaping your heart right now? What influences are you allowing in without question? And are they leading you toward God or away from Him? No one else can guard your heart for you. That's your job. And if you don't take it seriously, don't be surprised when life starts feeling chaotic, when sin feels harder to resist, when your faith feels weaker than it used to. But the good news, you can start making changes today. You can start being intentional about what you allow in. You can start protecting what matters most. It won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Because whatever you allow into your heart today will determine where you end up tomorrow. And trust me, you don't want to leave that up to chance.